Good morning, guys, health coaches, beauty specialists, life coaches, etc. I wanted to come in here today because so many of you ask about creating offers. And it's great to talk about the strategies, and it's great to understand the elements of list building, understanding your ideal client, understanding what your ideal client needs, and most importantly, to build that like, know, and trust factor. Dive in always strategically with your content and give your ideal client exactly what they want and then lead them to an offer. So not we, you guys are listening. I'm going to show you Uma Ghosh. Now, just let me tell you a little about Uma. Uma had come to me years ago and said, in the place that I live, in the part of the world, people want anti-aging and beauty and skin. And she got extremely clear that that was what her ideal client wanted. So one is testing and seeing what your ideal client is coming to you for. A lot of coaches really struggle because maybe they want to focus on gut or blood sugar, autoimmune, AIP, the list goes on, but their client consistently, or their ideal client, asks some questions about not a completely different niche, but maybe one that we wouldn't have been so in tune to. So Uma got really clear. She came and we had a phone call and she said, Rachel, I've tried detoxes, I've tried weight loss, I've tried all these different things. And what I've realized is when I talk about skin and beauty, everyone asks me questions after questions. So she did buy our skin detox, which is actually for sale at yourhealthcoachbiz.com. We brought that back out of some of the summer detoxes because it is so easy to change it to a skin health program. And she also bought a lot of our anti-aging and anything that had to do with beauty, hair, all of that good stuff. What I want to show you, though, is how she has truly created what I call the most unbelievable list building opportunities left and right, because she constantly educates and shows you tips that are tangible right after those videos. So I want to show you her Instagram. I want to also preface this by saying a lot of people say, is Instagram the best platform? What should I be using? It really depends on your ideal client. So most importantly, second step is to test on multiple platforms: LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook. Start to tell the story on your personal page. Don't sell from your personal page. Not only does Facebook not like it, but people don't like it either. So a lot of people are on your personal page. If you choose to do that, great. If not, really cultivate a great culture on your Facebook page, in a group, polarize down, make it really clear and specific, the call to action, and really the incentive for your Facebook group. Why should I join your Facebook group? In addition, there's Facebook stories, there are Instagram stories, and start to analyze when you post on, for example, your Facebook page, your personal one, do people more see your stories? Same thing on your Facebook group, same thing on Instagram. And of course, there's TikTok, which a lot of people really love. And I'm also stalking a bunch of different coaches, acupuncturists, physical therapists, people who have needed to leave their brick and mortar and have really been inventive, reinventing how they are going to communicate with the world. So to recap that, just test. LinkedIn, like I said, all these different places, we don't ever know where people are coming into our funnel. And then, of course, when you decide, because you've been watching and you've been just even checking engagement, and a lot of the different platforms have very, very simple analytics, then you make your choice. Furthermore, if you're working with a social media manager, a virtual assistant, a Facebook ads person, those stats are really instrumental and vital for people that you work with and that you're hiring to really do their job the best. The last, of course, is Google Analytics. If you do want to hire somebody, there's so many people. Upwork, upwork.com. Test always a team member or a potential team member with a very small project. Because if it doesn't go well behind the scenes, and that is the truth, that it doesn't always work out well, you're not out a ton of money and also frustration. Another is, of course, going into groups and looking for people or even companies that do SEO, so they can even tell you on your landing pages, or even for retargeting Facebook ads, where people are stopping on the page, how they're digesting information, their clicks. Truth be told, I am not a great SEO person. There is a really great person. It's Digital Bloom. She also is on my podcast giving you really simple information. And she does, of course, specialize working with coaches. Now let's go on to what really works. You will see right here, she has a profile that is really tight. It's really clear what she does. And already from that, I know exactly what she is going to talk about. You will see right here, 20 delicious salads. That is actually our 20 amazing salads that we have for sale on Your Health Coach Biz. So she really dove into this process, these recipes, this great flow of food, 6 tips to silence your inner critics. She's talking about the mindset, and you will see examples of masks. And then she has some really amazing videos. So I really encourage you to go look at her flow. Don't ever steal somebody's flow, but also this is how we learn. A lot of people, even in my membership, the coaches I work with one-on-one and or in groups, always ask me, Rachel, what is the best list building strategy? X person said this, X person said this. And I always say, wonderful. Just like in health, where we create our intuitive path, pull the information, step back, stop overthinking, and start doing. We're only going to know what really works when, of course, we test it. There are platforms such as Capwig, Kapwig.com, that can allow you to make really cool videos like that. You can also, of course, in Canva, create some thumbnails, making it super easy for you to do the IG size for a thumbnail. So we already saw some amazing examples. We see her behind the scenes life, what she's about. And it's very clear to me that everything is about skin, health, foods, what she does in her own personal life. And so even just right here, Infused Waters, I am really getting to know her. I always actually come to her page because I love the beauty tips that I get from her, from lymphatic drainage to massaging your face. And let me just show you a quick example. Instantly, in the first 20 seconds, she told me what I can expect. And so I'm going to stay there. And there's always a variation. People ask, how long should your videos be? If you're doing course creation, if you're even doing what I call one-on-one onboarding, I always suggest videos. They make your clients happy. They make them feel less overwhelmed, because the truth is, as coaches, we are showing how simple it is to eat clean, how simple it is to take care of ourselves in a world where there's so much information, so much confusion. And so Uma so beautifully does this and really breaks it down. So you will see lead magnets. You will see right here, let's just go download now. This probably right there on the Uma show. So she did put a link directly in. Some put the links below, maybe with their hashtags, and say link below, or they'll have Linktree. And let me just show you this for those of you watching, how simple Linktree is. Not only is there an amazing free version, which allows you to do so much, put your links, your call to action, but as we dive in, of course, always with content into how to strategically use a great option like this, you can, of course, use this in your descriptions with changing your call to action. One might be join a group, download this training series on skin, grab my salads. Some people don't use this kind of feature, but then they really struggle with calls to action. A call to action can even be listen to this audio, check out this podcast, watch the latest YouTube video, join my group. Hey, schedule a free strategy session, come to a live Q&A. So many different things can be calls to action. Some of the biggest problems I see with coaches is they don't go expansive in the way, we don't expand on the ways that we use our content. And so we wonder then why somebody didn't sign up for the one call to action. The thing is, in marketing and digital marketing, we have to tell the story about our business. We have to speak to our niche. We have to understand what our ideal client wants, and of course, lead them to a call to action. You will see some people do this in their stories. A website is a perfect example for those of you brand new. There are always great websites, and then I'm just going to show you the low-cost offer. Wix is one. You can make this website in about an hour on the basics. Squarespace is another. It's extremely easy. So many great features. These are self-hosted, which means you are paying these different prices per month for them to host your site. Similar to many of you that have attended the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. They have a self-hosted site. Some of you may be wanting a little more all-in-one systems, Kajabi, Kartra. And then for some of you that really want to have a WordPress, we of course have our done-for-you websites. The biggest thing is get started. Have a homepage, an about me, a work with me. If you want to have a free tool page where you have maybe 3 signature freebies, hint, hint. And of course, your blogs have other really simple calls to action, such as download this checklist, get my beauty tips, download this pantry list. We never know what our ideal client wants. And most importantly, that's why content is amazing, because you should be able, with our content, whether you're in a membership or you've bought programs from us, to pull even handouts from our programs. For, tips on sugar, tips on gut, all of those different, all those different cool things that your ideal client would so desperately want, but we spend so much time overthinking it. All you need is to have an email list, such as, to build your email list, such as some really simple options. Some people use MailChimp, MailerLite, ConvertKit. A lot of great options where you maybe don't have to go with a higher cost, such as ActiveCampaign, Infusionsoft, Entreport. But a lot of people also love Entreport because it's an all-in-one system too. Most importantly, build the list. You can always send them the link to a Dropbox or a Google Drive right there. The best of the best do this, guys. Don't keep up with the Joneses, because what will happen is your overhead will be so extensive that you're not even making enough money in the beginning. And then most often we quit. So getting to the final stage of how we build our trust, how we even can use stories to tell our story, to really speak to our ideal client. These can be, of course, created just in Canva templates. Don't think that it's difficult. I think what gets us what gets us overwhelmed is there's just a lot of moving pieces. So right here, she's really bringing you into her home. I just saged yesterday. She's really speaking to her tribe because she knows what they want. And now let's get to her main call to action. When I saw this last week, I said to myself, oh man, I am definitely going to buy this because I trust her, because I've watched videos on skin tightening and beauty masks and hair masks and everything that has to do with beauty, skin. And she just is so good at really speaking to her audience. And please note, my videos are not like this, but I do them anyway. And I know that for me, it's just about me getting out the videos. It doesn't always have to be perfect, especially in the beginning. Don't compare yourself to somebody at step 12, chapter 12. Compare yourself to yourself. Let go of perfection and fear. People are buying your information and your knowledge. And if you do want to make a video perfect, you can go onto places like Fiverr, Fiverr.com. You can spend the time editing, of course, in ScreenFlow, which is for Mac, Camtasia, which is for PC. And you can also, of course, on Upwork, find somebody to do videos or even make them in softwares like Capwig. And the other quick trick that I have for you is something that I had heard from a coach who does video editing on her phone. And that is called, it's VEME.ly. You will see it right here. You can do videos and subtitles straight from your phone. But if not, use your camera crew, which is a phone. Shoot videos using loom.com, pre-recorded videos. Keep it simple, or Zoom, or something even like what I'm using today, StreamYard. So see right here, she says what's included. Many of you may be even saying, wow, that's a lot of content. That is a low cost offer. It is to bring somebody into your funnel and then to upsell to them on the back end with different offers. Because I don't know exactly what Uma is bringing somebody to right now, I cannot speak to the additional offers, but I would guarantee she's a pretty smart lady. And that this masterclass is leading to a different opportunity. There's the jade roller that I love. She didn't spend time doing collages. I know many of you ask me this. People don't buy products, they buy people. If you want to make collages, very simple. One is my e-cover maker. Two is to just keep it simple and create mock collages in Canva and or to hire somebody. She has a great FAQ. A lot of people can also do an FAQ video response. But again, you don't even need to go to that extreme unless you desire. Uma has built an amazing brand, an amazing business, and she didn't do it overnight. But she's also consistently made money doing what she does. And if we go here, which not only do we see her pop up, because if that person isn't ready for her masterclass, she's still list building. Let's just close this out. And I highly encourage you to, of course, come to her site. It's so beautiful. It's so clean. It really brings me into her life, and it allows me to navigate really clearly what she does. Again, don't compare yourself to the perfection. Everyone starts somewhere. And there's her pop-up again. I'm going to just go see what's at her shop. 90-minute power session, one-on-one, speaking in workshops. So she's going to really show me right here exactly what she does. She also has her different courses. I'm not sure exactly where she hosts her courses. Some of you host them on Teachable. It's a really simple platform. Some of you have them in Kajabi. Some of you are delivering your content and practice better. And so if I want to do a 90-minute power intensive, here are my options. Hence, this is also a low cost offer. A lot of people, of course, and you might be saying, and I'm going to close this out, you might be saying to yourself, Rachel, but I've been taught that I should charge more for my worth. Okay, let me recap. And I do encourage you to go to my Instagram at rachelafeldman.com. I have a video on why high ticket offers don't always work. It's not to say that they don't work. It's that we need to create a value ladder. When somebody comes in a low cost opportunity, and you might say, but in 90 minutes, what can you get accomplished? You can provide somebody with a program, give it to them 5 days before you meet with them virtually, one-on-one and or face-to-face. You personalize that exact program. Some people also may give direct access, like I do with my one-on-one 90-minute intensives, that you're in my membership content box for a month going through my different courses, from niche to messaging, list building, creating your core content pillars, and really getting clear on how to strategically build your whole business funnel. Because I want that person to have those course trainings before we meet. Knowing your value ladder and knowing that a lot of people, especially in today's world in the last 5 years, but truth is, I've done a low cost offer for 9 years, because my first year of trying to sell 6-month programs and being on the phone for an hour, which made completely no sense, didn't convert. And that's when I went to the low cost offer. And you will see, just as we looked at Uma Ghosh's website, this clearly is working well for her, because she's always busy, she's always making money, and she's attracting her ideal client at a lower cost, of course, taking them to the higher cost opportunities with her. So, of course, her 90-minute is going to be different than maybe her one-on-one coaching. And that's how we create different opportunities for our ideal client based on their buyer avatar personality, their trust levels, their objections that everyone in the world has, no matter times of uncertainty or times where a human is just being smart. And that is the majority of people who buy products. If you look at the work of Ryan Deiss, RyanDeiss, I have followed this man, absorbed everything, seen him at Grant Cardone's 10X. He gives so much information on this value ladder. Many of you also did Pete Vargas, Rise Up. He had many different people all talking about what? The low cost offer. Many of you have also, of course, seen this strategy, but maybe you never even knew you were opting in. Sometimes we call this a tripwire. most often it's after the tripwire that's really, really low, like $9 for a recipe guide, because that person trips into that offer coming into your funnel, your value ladder, your whole business funnel. They come in at the 9 because they've seen you consistently share on the exact topics that they are looking for. So then trust is built. Then they come into the $9 offer. They can get an upsell even on the thank you page. Some of you do this in ClickFunnels. Some of you do this in Samcart. Some of you will just have a PayPal there and say, hey, I'm so glad you bought this. Do you want to get this $97 masterclass or $97 course on X topic? They do enter that. And then, of course, there's upsells. If they don't take that offer, of course, this is when we talk about the power of the customer life cycle, upsells and downsells. And I really encourage you to go to my site, rachelafeldman.com, or even go to my YouTube channel, which is Rachel Feldman, and look at the hundreds of trainings that I have there since I started diving into helping coaches to build their business after I actually had success after years of struggle. And so I started doing these trainings in 2013. Now it's 2010. And there are so many strategies that I share consistently about what had worked for me. So we're going to close this training out. I will answer questions right after this training. And I hope that you've understood the power of the like, know, and trust factor leading to a low cost offer, and the power of the whole business funnel versus what many of us are taught. This one signature program, this one signature freebie. We have to, of course, always be brainstorming and thinking about our ideal client, and not just the one area that she's searching for, but really making our list, building her library or his library of the most unbelievable content, building trust, so that just like I go to Uma's Instagram every day and say, what's new? You have your ideal client doing that too. It's been a pleasure to be with you here today, guys. If you have any questions, please let us know. If you have any questions about what to buy, always just pop a message into yourhealthcoachbiz.com. And most often, it's me who answers. All right. Now I've got to kick off my morning, go for a light run, and do, of course, my self-care so my skin shines just like Uma suggests. It's been a pleasure to be with you guys. Deep breaths in, you can do it. Believe in yourself, and the possibilities are endless. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.